Stop. You didn't choose this video. It was chosen for you. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good, because it means something is starting to break. You think you're just scrolling, relaxing, choosing what you watch. But you're not choosing anything. You're being guided, filtered, positioned. Every video you see, every emotion you feel, every opinion you form is being shaped before you even notice it. And the worst part, it feels like it's coming from you. So let me ask you something, right now, this exact moment. How many of your thoughts today were actually yours? Yesterday, you felt something strongly. Maybe anger, maybe envy, maybe that quiet anxiety you couldn't explain. But go back for a second. Where did it come from? You didn't wake up feeling that way. You didn't decide, today, I'm going to feel this. It appeared. Right after something you saw. A post, a video, a headline designed to hit you exactly where you're weakest. And you reacted. Instantly. No pause, no distance, just reaction. That wasn't random. That was selection. Because the algorithm doesn't guess, it predicts. It studies what holds your attention, what triggers you, what makes you stay. And then it feeds you more of it. Not to inform you, not to help you, but to keep you right there. So the next time you feel something suddenly, anger, desire, fear, ask yourself, did this come from me? Or was it placed in front of me? This isn't a bad habit. It's not lack of discipline. And it's definitely not random. This is a system designed to capture one thing, your attention. Because your attention is the most valuable resource on this planet. Not oil, not data. You. Every second you spend scrolling is being measured, tracked, optimized, not for your growth, but for your engagement. And engagement doesn't care if you're informed. It only cares if you react. So it learns you, quietly, constantly. It learns what makes you angry, what makes you stay, what you can't ignore. And then it builds a version of reality, just for you. A reality where certain ideas repeat, certain emotions amplify, certain thoughts feel obvious, but they're not obvious. They're reinforced. And the more you react, the stronger that reality becomes. Until eventually, you're not exploring the world anymore. You're living inside a loop designed to keep you predictable, reactive, controllable. No chains, no force, just influence, repeated, until it feels like truth. This is not new. What you're experiencing has existed for thousands of years. Different tools, same problem. The loss of control over your own mind. And long before algorithms, there were people who trained for this. Not to escape the world, but to resist it. They were called Stoics. Not philosophers sitting in peace, but individuals surrounded by chaos, war, power, uncertainty. And they understood something most people still don't. You don't control what reaches you, but you control what enters you. That difference is everything. Because the world will always try to influence you. Back then, through people. Today, through systems. But the battlefield hasn't changed. It's still here, inside your own mind. One of them, a former slave named Epictetus, said something that cuts straight through all of this. Some things are within your control, and some things are not. Simple, but almost no one actually lives by it. Because if you did, the system would lose its grip on you. Your reactions? Yours. Your judgments? Yours. Your attention? Yours. Everything else, the noise, the feed, the triggers, is not. And the moment you confuse the two, you lose control. That's exactly what the algorithm depends on. It doesn't need to control your mind directly. It only needs you to stop controlling it.
Let's strip this down. No theory, no abstraction, just what's actually happening. You open your phone. Within seconds, you see something emotional, not by accident, because emotion is what keeps you there. Anger spreads faster than calm. Outrage holds longer than reason, and the system knows it. So it shows you something that triggers you, just enough to react. You pause. You read. You feel something. That pause is data. That emotion is data. And now it knows. So the next time, it gives you more. Not the truth, not balance. Just more of what works on you. This is how loops are built. You don't notice it at first, but slowly, your feed starts to feel familiar. Same types of posts, same opinions, same emotional patterns. And that familiarity feels like truth. But it's not truth. It's reinforcement. Then comes the second layer. Dopamine. Not the kind you notice, the kind that trains you quietly. A like, a comment, a perfectly timed video that hits exactly right. Your brain starts expecting it, chasing it, needing it. So you scroll again, and again, and again. Not because you chose to, but because you were trained to. And here's the part most people miss. It's not just your behavior being shaped. It's your perception. What you think is normal. What you think is common. What you think is real. All filtered through what keeps you engaged. So over time, you're not just reacting differently. You're thinking differently, without ever deciding to. So how do you fight something that never stops learning you? You don't outsmart it, you outdiscipline it. And the Stoics figured this out long before any algorithm existed. Not by escaping the system, but by refusing to be controlled by it. They trained one thing above everything else: their response. Because every moment you react without thinking, you lose ground. And every moment you pause, you take it back. So here's the first rule. Delay. Not forever, just long enough to see what's happening. You feel anger. Wait. You feel the urge to react. Wait. That small gap is where control lives. Miss it, and the system decides for you. Second rule. Name what's happening. Not the story, the mechanism. This is outrage bait. This is designed to keep me here. This is not neutral. The moment you name it, you separate from it. And once you separate, it loses power. Third rule. Take back your attention before it gets taken from you. Don't start your day with the feed. Start it with your own thoughts. Because the first input of your day sets the direction of everything that follows. If the algorithm gets there first, you're already reacting. If you get there first, you're deciding. And finally, question your reactions. Not occasionally, constantly. When something hits you, ask, is this mine, or was this triggered? Because most of what you feel online was designed to be felt. And the more you see that, the harder it becomes to control you. Something starts to change. Not outside, inside. You open your phone, and nothing pulls you immediately. The same content is there, the same triggers, the same system. But it doesn't land the same way anymore. You see the pattern. Before it reaches you, you feel the reaction. Before it controls you. And for the first time, there's distance, not indifference, control. The algorithm is still running, still learning, still optimizing, but it's not running you anymore. And that changes everything. Because once you see the system, you can't unsee it. Once you recognize the pattern, it stops feeling like truth. And once you take control of your attention, you take control of your life. This isn't about avoiding technology. It's about refusing to be shaped by it, because the system will keep evolving. It will get smarter, faster, more precise, but it will always depend on one thing: your reaction. Remove that,
and it loses its power. So now, be honest, not with me, with yourself. If everything you saw today was taken away, the posts, the videos, the constant input, how much of what you felt would still exist? And more importantly, how much of you is still truly yours?
In the quiet, I often wonder if my voice is truly heard. But this voice, this inner guide, it leads me to truth. And in that, I find my purpose.
And so the final question remains. What will you choose?
What if AI could think like us? What would it mean for humanity? Are we ready for that future?